What is day? 153? Time flies. Anyways, that's very hot. But I am in a practically literal castle. The walls are like half a meter thick, so uh, that's survivable, which is great. Very surprising considering I'm in France, in the very southern part of France, and being born in Russia. That's very tough. But castles also solve problems. Anyways, restrictions help enormously. So restrictions give freedom. I had a very strict schedule before Juni broke it again and again and again, and obviously it's my fault for letting it, but reinstated it and immediately huge results. Um, you can actually even see by the EV entries that lately I haven't had the best results, even though the conditions are um, I wouldn't say perfect. We're not perfect right now. They are perfect, but there are many places where the conditions were uh, very nice, and I failed to get most of them. And I'm pretty sure that's because I didn't have just good set of restrictions, schedule, strict fixing of the variables, so that it's easy to iterate, easy to do, easy to work, and easy to do the work because you don't have a choice. It's so nice than, for example, right now I just squished the window in which we can access messengers, for example. Uh, and that makes it so much better because yes, there could be something important. If there is really something important, they will call me. I have a script which kind of collects slash ping messages, so that's another option. And now, if it's not important, I will read it in a specifically defined windows, like 4 or 5 hours in the evening after important things are done, and I just do not have a choice to check if somebody has written something important or not, and so I don't do that. And now that I think about it, it's actually it took not time but rather focus, because I don't have a problem in terms. I did not have a problem in terms of spending 10 minutes, but I did have a problem in terms of was looking for the ways to entertain myself, and think the going became tough, and just looking around what's available, and if a message is available, I lose context and I need to regain it. And this is obviously a huge loss when I try to make something big. So just confining it to a small time range is enormous, and that's one thing. So actually made the same with half the things I'm doing, good or bad, and the restrictions do truly give a lot of freedom. You don't have to think about what to do. You just make a schedule the day before, and it doesn't take a lot of time. Same as initially I thought calculating V would take for the day, kind of estimating how much the they would react 10, 20 years from now when this count returns. And the first time it took like 15 minutes to do it for full attention. Second time it took 5 minutes to do it. And now it takes me like 10, 15 seconds. Well, it depends really. If I do it at one shot, it's 10, 15 seconds. But normally I do it throughout the day, so it's even more precise. So when I do something, an activity, I just record it so nothing is getting forgotten. And that also helps enormously with motivation, because you see the number of tasks and you see their immediate impact on getting closer to the goal. And since I have now have everything very strictly defined, it's even better. Um, for example, another example. I mean, this is just such a huge improvement from such a small change from standpoint of limitation. Um, I did not have a fixed time in which I would eat. I not I have fixed time for the breakfast, which is great. I had it for a long time because I just read literature, listened to podcasts of Huberman, and figured out that biologically, uh, 2 hours after waking up, it's perfect time for breakfast. So I just had breakfast at this exact time always. But then the lunch and the dinner, all around the place, as long as it's not 2 hours before sleep, it all works, right, from a biological standpoint. So I did not have a strict time for this. Now I do. I just define the time before which I cannot eat and do anything else that could potentially distract me. Uh, so I kind of have a huge block of time where I can do literally nothing but work, um, or do absolutely nothing. But doing absolutely nothing is more difficult than working. It's much. I don't need to put effort into focusing on work, on doing the work, and not doing something else. Uh, it just happens by itself because I don't have a choice. it's, it's very similar to the difference where you work for someone or do school, uni, whatever. It's very easy to do these tasks because it's set exactly expectations exactly. If you miss something, you have immediate accountability, immediate, very directly defined metrics. Um, like there's a lot you can learn from studying the cases which already make you work efficiently for implementing it for self-work, because here there is nobody to nag me for not doing the work immediately except for myself uh, by default. So I need to implement a similar environment uh, by myself. Um, because it's much easier to do the work for someone else than for yourself. Uh, where I was going, was the capability? Ah, no. It was directly defined restrictions and what can be done during the time of work and what cannot be done. And when you come to a working place, working space, you know you can only do work there. And so you do work or you do nothing. But that's like kind of not interesting. So you do nothing for 30 minutes and you continue doing work. So I just created the same environment for myself. And it's great. Like I do not spend any energy at on keeping myself working for a long period of time, um, which before was kind of sporadic. Like at some points I would have motivation and I would just go and sit and do as much of it as would happen. But at other times I wouldn't have motivation and I would kind of just wander around, do a little bit of work, but then do some things which seem important but aren't, right? And that was happening because I didn't have predefined exact plan for the day. But now I do, and I will forever have it. Goodbye.